And I will tell you, just the smell of Play-Doh brought my blood pressure down, my stress level.
Why is it?
It's, you know, it is, as you were saying before, it brings you back to childhood and that sense of play, of open-ended exploration. And when we get to be adults and we have stresses in our lives, we forget about these things that really do relieve our stress. And the beautiful thing about Play-Doh is it gives you explicit permission to play. It's Play-Doh.
Look at Samantha. She made a little person.
Oh my gosh, well, look at that.
I've been busy during the commercial break.
You know,
My new friend George.
duly noted.
There we go.
Duly noted.
He's doing some weights too.
It's
He's got
Filbert.
in shape.
It's
I was going to say Filbert.
It's
Yeah,
my son.
Filbert, it's
Tell me that
Filbert.
they
Didn't
throw
even
off the balcony.
Down the window.
And I talk about this, in my book, Your Next Big Thing, about ways to relieve stress using very simple methods, things like play. If we watch our kids play, get down on the floor with them and engage all of your senses. Use crayons. These
I
are
like the way they smell too.
yeah, exactly.
crayons.
If you want to eat them, feel free to.
Would you like some glue to sniff?
Right.
Yeah, the
That
white
kind of
pasty-
show.
The white pasty glue.
What activity, like with our kids, mine are here today, like what can we do with them?
When you're out running an errand at the post office, you can engage them in activities of imagination. So pretend that you're walking through a field of peanut butter, or you're underwater. And when you do this, when you engage with your kids in a sense of play, it gives other people the permission to play as well. And other people, you'd be surprised how people really actually, I do these things with my daughter. We go to the supermarket and we put on fake accents. And other people are like, what? And they know that they're terrible accents. and other people really get involved in it. So these are things you can do every day to relieve stress.
And music. Kids love music. We have the living room dance party. We've talked about it.
Yeah.
It's a good way to get exercise.
A little freeze dance.
How
Yeah.
important is exercise in relieving stress?
It's really important, and I know that you guys did some before, and in terms of the endorphins and releasing tension from the body, because a lot of people might even find that their bodies are so stressed out that they might actually be in a situation that's not that stressful, but they're so used to being stressed, we get addicted to a certain level of stress, and we unconsciously recreate those same levels in everything we do. And until we slough it off our bodies, we're going to carry that level of stress into every interaction, and we're going to actually create it.
And it's amazing too, just the ability to stop and breathe. Take 5 inhalations, really deep breaths. It only takes a few minutes.
Oh, it changes everything.
But your shoulders will drop.
And you can teach it to your kids. I have to tell you guys a story. My 2.5-year-old, he went to the park one day. The babysitter told me he socked some kid at the park, right? Ooh. He comes home and I asked him, what happened at the park, right? And he said, a kid took my toy. And I said, and then what'd you do? And he said, I didn't take a deep breath. And it was like 2.5. He knew if he had taken a deep breath, he would have made a different choice and then not been in trouble and all that.
Absolutely.
Right? So,
and taking a deep breath and checking in with your senses. Sometimes when we're so distracted doing all different things, we can get very scattered. But if you check in with what are you seeing, what are you tasting, what are you hearing, what are you feeling, you can do this in 2 minutes, and it brings you right back to the moment, and it really does relieve stress.
I checked, his book has this amazing strategy for this, so it works.
How about thinking before you react to something that really upsets you, before your first instinct, and just to take that step back and wait, because then you react differently and you don't cause that stress.
Absolutely, literally the 5-second or 10-second break before when you start to feel that emotion coming up, wait 5 seconds, wait 10 seconds, and you're gonna behave very differently.
But we get in ruts, right? And sometimes we're too close to the forest to see the trees, or however you want to phrase that. How do we recognize this is a rut, and then what do we do to get out of it?
Well, again, knowing your own patterns, seeing when you're changing sleep patterns, when you're changing your eating patterns, big changes often mean that there's some problem that you're experiencing. So that's the first way to identify it. And then some of these things that we're suggesting, like little breaks in the day, whatever relieves stress for you, it can be taking a shower, a bath, exactly, with lavender.
Peanut butter cup.
Oh.
Sorry. That was your lavender. I meant lavender.
A bath of Reese's peanut butter cups? Oh my God, I love that. I'm going to try that.
Oh, no, you don't have to try it. She can tell you exactly what it's like. She's had it before.
But I think it's also learning how, if you're able to just stop and check in with yourself, check in into what you're eating, what you're feeling, what you're thinking. That ability of just stopping will help dramatically.
And I think a lot of people get afraid of stopping because when we stop, we actually have to feel our feelings, right?
Hello.
And so if we understand, it's going to be uncomfortable for a minute because when I stop, I have to confront myself. But on the other side of that, I don't have to defend against what I'm feeling. And I often say that it's defending against what we're feeling that causes us to suffer. All the addictions, all the stuff that we do to avoid ourselves become the thing that really makes us suffer. So if you get that, like when I stop, it's going to be uncomfortable for a second. Otherwise, everyone would do it, right? We wouldn't have to do this show if we all felt comfortable stopping and pausing.
That's right. It's getting to being comfortable with the feeling of feeling uncomfortable.
Yes.
And owning it.
And being in the moment, being in the present.
This is going to say a lot more about me than I'm willing to reveal on national television.
Oh, please.
But you ready?
I can't wait. Wait for it.
And you will agree with me if I do something normal like folding laundry, I do. It's like I just get into a routine and everything
That's
kinda
right.
goes away.
And that could be a form of meditation.
That just excited you very much. She loves doing laundry.
It happens to me when I chop my greens.
Yeah.
Yep.
All right. So, best tip that as we step away that you can give somebody.
Oh, own an action plan that works for you. If you know it and you own it, it's priceless.
Go with what feels right for you in order to, again, as to get out of that rut. If there's something that feels right for you, really own that and move forward with that.
Okay.
Take time every day to connect with your body. Whether you're taking a deep breath, doing a stretch, just connecting to your body.
And I want you to know this is the most comfortable I've ever felt doing an interview because I played with Play-Doh the whole time. I'm so calm.
I'm going to leave this
So
with you
calm.
guys.
This is great.
Rachel, Ben, and Hala, thank you so much.
Thank you.
Samantha and Ken for sitting in. A big thank you to our family for coming by today and sharing their tips and their insights and their inspiration with all of us. And we hope to see you right back here as well.